Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a truly radical utopian vision for the future of humanity. And I mean radical. All the ideas we're exploring today are sourced entirely from the founder of Lifechanyuan, Guy Shufeng. Back in 2007, he wrote this manifesto laying out a complete blueprint for what he calls the Lifechanyuan Era. We're talking about a total reimagining of how human beings organize themselves, how we interact, and honestly, how we ultimately survive on this planet. So, what would society look like with no countries, no religions, and absolutely no families? Seriously, I want you to take a second right now and just imagine a world completely stripped of our most foundational social structures. It's a massive mental leap, isn't it? Everything that anchors our modern identity, just gone. But according to Guy Shufeng, removing these rigid structures isn't a recipe for complete chaos. Actually, he argues it's the exact recipe for ultimate human happiness and true freedom. To describe this profound level of peace, the founder uses a really beautiful traditional idiom to paint a vivid picture. He writes, "No one pockets anything found on the road, doors unnecessarily to be shut in the evening." Guide Shufeng uses this ancient concept to objectively describe a perfectly honest, harmonious society. Just imagine a community where our everyday anxieties, worrying about theft, scraping by for basic food, or making sure you double lock your doors at night, simply vanish. Everyone's basic needs are met, and honesty just naturally prevails everywhere. Section 1. The 4 Pillars of Change, Deconstructing Society. According to the founder, this harmonious utopia doesn't just magically happen by tweaking a few of our current laws. Oh no, it requires a complete, ground-up deconstruction. Guy Shufeng asserts that in this future human society, 4 core institutions have to completely disappear. Number 1, no country, so the end of borders and nationalism. Number 2, no religion, moving totally past sectarian divides. Number 3, no political party, ending ideological tribalism. And number 4, which is perhaps the most radical, no family. He posits that these traditional constructs create boundaries, possessiveness, and conflict. They are, in his view, the main barriers to the universal harmony he's describing. Now, you might be wondering, who exactly lives in this society if families and nationalities are entirely gone? Well, the text refers to individuals who successfully adopt this lifestyle and shed these 4 forms of consciousness as Chanyuan celestials. And importantly, the source emphasizes that this applies to absolutely everyone, regardless of race, background, or your nationality. If you can manage to let go of the concepts of country, religion, party, and family, you evolve into a Chanyuan celestial. Section 2. Confronting the skeptics. Vision versus reality. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the author actually anticipates his audience's complete disbelief. Guy Shufeng absolutely does not ignore the obvious pushback here. When proposing the dismantling of all global civilization, he actively leans into the skepticism. He knows exactly what people are going to say. Wishful thinking, daydream, or just flat out impossible. He totally recognizes that, on paper, dismantling the entire global social structure sounds like pure absolute fantasy to the average person just trying to navigate today's world. And you know what? He readily agrees that if this were merely theoretical preaching or some abstract philosophy, it would indeed be impossible. But his counter-argument lies in effective practice. Guy Shufeng argues that deliberate real-world action by a dedicated crowd is exactly what turns a daydream into reality. In fact, the source claims that the Lifechanyuan movement has already successfully carried out activities where people operate totally free from the consciousness of country, religion, party, and family. Section 3. Blueprint for Expansion, from micro to macro. Let's move on and see exactly how this builds. Okay. So having a small, functional group is one thing, but how does the founder propose scaling this utopian vision up to encompass the entire human race? He addresses this classic scale problem directly. Skeptics might argue that this lifestyle is, quote, good enough for a small party fun, but it's absolute daydreaming to expect all human beings to enter into it. And fair enough, right? Sure, a small, highly dedicated commune might be able to share everything in abandoned borders, but converting billions of people across the globe, that seems completely absurd. But Guy Shufeng's response is surprisingly micro-level. To prove his point, his starting goal isn't billions of people, it's literally just hundreds. The source explicitly states that they don't mean to let all human beings enter into Lifechanyuan right away. Instead, as long as just hundreds of people on the planet believe in this idea and actually manage to live a truly happy life together, he asserts that the concept is fully proven to be a success. Once that success is undeniably proven, the growth strategy changes dramatically. The founder uses this incredibly striking metaphor. He says it's like a drowning man and a straw, or a life raft. Guy Shufeng believes that the modern world, with all of its pressures, conflicts, and divisions, leaves people figuratively drowning. So once this micro-society proves that a perfectly happy, stress-free life is entirely possible, desperate people will inevitably flock to this new society by any means necessary. They won't need to be forced, they'll swim toward it just to survive. Guy Shufeng ends his March 2007 essay with a final, highly confident challenge to all the skeptics out there: wait and see. It's a remarkably bold stance. He notes his promise that the blessed ones will eventually see this era arrive when the day comes. He firmly believes that the Lifechanyuan mode of living isn't just some fun, quirky experiment. It is the inevitable future of human society, even if a lot of us won't live to see it fully realized in our own lifetimes. So, this brings us to a really vital question for you to ponder based on the source material we've covered today. Are micro-societies like this the actual seeds of our future, or are they just illusions? Whether you view Guy Feng's blueprint as a prophetic vision of harmony or just utopian wishful thinking, it definitely challenges us to deeply question the absolute necessity of the institutions we take for granted every single day. I mean, can true human happiness only exist completely outside the boundaries of nation, religion, party, and even family? Let that provocative thought sit with you. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning the structures of the world around you.